I have a family of 5, consisting of my mom, dad, and 2 brothers. My eldest brother is Taufik. He's 4 years older than me and pretty much does his own thing. Then there is the second child, my brother Hidayah. We are 2 years apart. He's turning 20 on the 20th of September. He's about to be in his 3rd year taking Business Information Technology in Temasek Polytechnic. We could pull off as twins and we always trick others into thinking that we are, which usually works. He is big, buff, and his arms scare me. He didn't always look like this. He used to look, well, like this. Now we can converse about almost anything, from schoolwork to relationship problems, and we tend to seek advice from one another every now and then. About 10 years ago, we couldn't even be in the same room together without pulling the hairs off each other's heads. I mean, I've heard of sibling rivalry, but we take it to a whole new level. There was one afternoon many years ago that I specifically remember, that we were watching programs on the television in our living room. I had the remote with me and I wanted to watch cartoons. Him, on the other hand, wanted to watch another program and didn't like it that I had control over the channels as I was holding onto the remote controller. He tried to snatch it away from me, but I wouldn't let him. Just because of that, we got into a huge fight and there was a rampage through the whole house. Literally. Punches and kicks were exchanged and much linen and cotton from our clothes were being torn apart. Our dad, who was working the night shift, had to have his rest in the afternoon every day, so he'd be recharged for the shift in the night. Due to our wailings that terrorized the whole house, he had a rude awakening and stormed out to the living room to find out that there was a hassle going on about. He was annoyed to find out that we, as siblings, were fighting, but was even more enraged as he heard the reason behind it, just over a remote controller. Thus, we were chased around the house by our dad and then received a well-deserved spanking, the both of us. It's silly, yes, but that was how our relationship was like a couple of years ago. From then on, we were actually banned from sitting on the same couch. As the years flew by, we grew into teenagers and more mature young adults. So our relationship and bond changed into a more meaningful one. A less violent one, definitely. It was especially during the time where I was preparing for my O-levels that we got closer to one another. As I stayed up numerous nights for revision, he did the same for his poly examinations. We would keep each other company through the nights and mornings studying, and over time, our connection became even stronger. Now we're both in Temasek Business School and we occasionally bump into each other during breaks and such. Unfortunately, due to our timetables and hectic schedules, we sometimes barely even see each other at home as we're busier than ever. But the bonds we shared and times and memories would long be remembered. He's been there for me when I need him, and likewise. Even after all the years filled with unpleasant experiences of wrestling, arm biting and hair pulling that I've had to bear with him, we've grown much closer to one another over the years. What can I say? I love him, and I couldn't ask for any other.